Heard. We are the Sisterhood of the Traveling Bantha. We are your hosts, Rexy
and Denise, and we are recording with special support from Councilmember Mark Collier,
broadcasting from a galaxy far, far away.
Pew pew. Sorry, I don't know what it was. I just worked
right. You know, we haven't been together somehow in like 3 weeks.
I know. There's been a lot going on.
Yep.
So yeah, we are back here for game session number 4. Last time we caused a ruckus. We had space flying Jawa.
Yep.
Very cool. Indiana Jawa. But if you are watching, you guys will notice we have another person here at the table who is currently hiding. This is Matthew, my second half. I was going to say better half, but I'm better, so. I love you, Matthew.
Oh, no. At least we're aware. Just so we all know.
No, he's wonderful.
Matthew has never been on the show with us before, though that means we have 1, 2, 3 questions to ask you today. So, start it off. Question number 1. What is your favorite Star Wars movie show like?
Return of the Jedi.
Okay. Why?
Because in my opinion, that actually closed the story out.
Oh, okay. We don't get that answer very often. It's really nice to be like, oh, okay.
So he says that, but when we went to go see it in the movie theater, he was asleep.
Because I've seen it 42 times. I'm allowed to take a nap. Yeah, I'm allowed to take a nap.
Fair enough. All right. Question number 2 is, who or what is your favorite character? It could be a person, creature, planet, droid, ship. Like, what is your favorite thing from Star Wars?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I paid attention enough to have a favorite, but if I had to choose,
like lightsaber to your head, you have to make a decision.
Like, I mean, it would be R2.
Must be.
No, just because his attitude, he doesn't take any crap from anybody. So.
What about Chopper?
Chopper is the best little serial killer ever. He hasn't really seen Rebels, and he hasn't really. I don't even think he watched any Ahsoka with me.
I think Matthew is Chopper.
He's like Chopper.
Matthew is 100% Chopper.
Yeah.
Chopper's
super cute. It's actually a compliment.
Chopper's probably one of my second favorite. Like, first it's R2, and then right after that, it's
He's a grumpy old man.
If R2 is
he's a
ornery,
serial killer.
yeah, Chopper is like a maniacal war criminal.
Yeah,
compared to
Chopper's the Joker. Chopper's the Joker, except he's like actually really loyal and not like a bad.
Yeah.
He's a crazy person, but
He'll throw people out of ships.
Oh yeah, no
and
problem.
then laugh about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's wrong?
The only thing I've seen Chopper in is the last episode of Ahsoka.
Oh.
Because I saw like the last.
You don't know why everyone was so fucking excited. You will love Chopper. Whenever you get around to watching, you will love Chopper.
Yeah, like when what's his name comes off the ship dressed up as a stormtrooper.
Oh yeah,
and yeah, Chopper's right there. That's the only time I've actually seen.
yeah.
Chopper.
Chopper knew before he even took that helmet off. Yeah. I'll have to cut that out. I'll cut that out. Just remember, cut that out.
No.
But we have question number 3.
You're lucky you don't have a 2-parter. You just have a 1-parter.
Oh
Yes.
boy.
Oh,
If you were a costumer friend, you would have to answer a part 2. But
It threw me for a loop.
you know.
I was ill prepared.
What is your favorite memory attached to Star Wars? I mean, like loosely based, whatever. Just what's your favorite thing that when you think about Star Wars, it's kind of your favorite memory?
Well, probably when the movies were re-released in theaters, because me and my friends all waited in line. And where I grew up in Whittier, California, They have the Uptown Cinemas, which is a very small theater, but it had like eight screens, and all of them were playing Star Wars. And the line was like,
Was it all the way down?
It was like a mile long. And
Stretched into the suburbs.
yeah, me and my friends took like turns, like swapping in and out, waiting in line and stuff. Like probably that.
Nice.
I was very curious to know what it is.
Yeah, you can ask him for it.
No. I mean, we still find out things like, I don't know, still 15 years into this.
That's the beautiful thing about it.
Yeah.
Learning and growing together.
Yeah.
Fun. That's fun.
Hey,
Fun memory.
I feel like, okay, I might have totally made this up, but I feel like, didn't you try to include a Star Wars song in your wedding, for the wedding march, and you vetoed it?
Yep.
Didn't that? Okay,
No. So,
What?
there was, so we had this spectacular wedding. We got married on the Queen Mary. It was a big shindig. It was a lot of fun. We did have a Star Wars song in the
Queen Mary is a ship in Long Beach, California.
Yes.
In case no one knows.
Shameless plug. Go over and listen to our episode about Queen Mary on our sister podcast, The Morning Report.
So we did have the celebration song at the end of New Hope. We did play that as we went. So as we were going into the reception, I
That's so
wanted to come in under lightsabers.
Oh yeah, fun.
He vetoed that very quickly. Very quickly.
Well,
But
let's
it's
just
so-
clarify the line about being the better path.
Okay. He vetoed lightsabers, but put on the DJ list.
The best song ever because everyone was not expecting it. And everyone was asking Denise about it. Good.
It was was it? Which one was it? It wasn't On a Boat. It was the other one.
Yep.
It was
Jizz in my pants.
Just in my pants. Are they really saying what they us the people who I at the time went to church with? So
She wouldn't let me put on a boat. And so
On the boat's so much less like.
because with our DJ, he gave us the full database, and we just added in all the songs that we wanted. We both had access.
Well, that's a great lesson learned. I'm going to keep that in mind for myself. Double check the list.
Yeah, so yes.
I knew there was a story that's delightful. It got better. I heard the lightsabers, but I did not hear the better part of it.
That's
Okay.
Oh, my
You and
goodness.
you in a nutshell.
My face already hurts. We're like 8 minutes into it.
All right, so
Okay. Well, now that we have picked Matthew's brain, we are going to pick up the dice and see where they take us.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I didn't tell you about this before. So you're gonna roll one of the force die and 2 dark.
yeah,
It's great.
I'm gonna eat my
not for her.
starving. Sorry.
We're all the same side.
Double dark.
It's 2 dark.
So that means
So
she
bad
can
Denise
use.
almost fell out of her chair.
I'm not saying it's a lot of pressure.
But
But
it's a little pressure.
No, that's a lot of pressure. You guys gotta make up for our
One of my friends.
roll.
You're so sweet. You're like,
Oh.
we feed you.
See, I already ate. I scarfed it down while you were sitting there.
Oh, I bet you wanted them. Motherfucker. One dark.
are you serious? Oh my goodness.
Here we go. Here we go. I'll make things
Okay.
better, maybe.
Come on, best game.
You were
I
very good at
started
rolling
to fall
last
back.
time.
I'm just gonna die.
Yay!
All right.
He's good for something.
So we have little
Denise,
destiny points.
I did.
Destiny points are a resource that we all can use, although dark side are meant for the GM, light side are meant for the players. The idea is to keep them flowing as, the balance in the force sort of fluctuates throughout the story. You do a lot of things with it. If you decide there's like a small item that you might have like randomly picked up somewhere in your pocket, you just flip a point and you're like, I have a glow rod now, or you're in a combat and you want to have a better chance to hit. Say you have green dice; these have more chances for success. You could flip a point and swap a green for a yellow. So it's a resource for you as much as it is for me. I tend to use it mostly to insert like story points mid combat, or like I don't know, upgrading checks just to keep things spicy. So.
This is gonna be interesting.
It's gonna be
Sorry,
so
you might have
interesting.
explained this while I was setting stuff up, but what are the papers?
These
Oh,
are
I printed out your sheet, another mountain color. So if it's
Oh,
yeah,
they're having so much trouble with them.
yeah. So if it's a dark colored thing, it's probably the green dice. If it's a light colored, more circular thing, which is really hard to see, unfortunately, in black and white, it's the yellow one. The pale blue, you can just barely see it on your sheets, right there. Those are for boost die, and if it's black at all, then it's related to setback die. So yeah.
So this one is very colorblind.
don't have
Yeah,
any.
so you might
Maybe
keep your sheet out, but for like quick references, I was like,
Yeah.
okay, that's what I got.
Yeah.
I didn't put in wounds or anything like that. I think I tried to blank it out. I think I messed up on some. I did my best.
Let me see if it's working.
Oh, I had one.
Maybe it is.
That's right. From okay.
So definitely an effort to make things a little smoother in case, RPG sessions struggles.
Yeah.
Sometimes it does. But yeah. All right. So
Let's get jiggy with it.
we did kind of talk about, oh no, I messed up on my tabs. Oh no, I have 6 million tabs, y'all. It is not good. It matches my brain. Okay, here we go. So we sort of talked about what happened last time at the beginning, I think, of recording.
Briefly, yes.
Yeah. So we originally started off on Quinn Space Station. You all had a request to find some medical supplies that were withheld from a desperate colony. So you went there, you recovered the supplies, you had a few complications. There were stormtroopers. There was fire, there's weird animals, and there's something real off about them. You don't know what.
And Pesky almost died.
Pesky
Pesky almost died.
Pesky almost died.
Pesky took a grenade to the face.
Yeah,
And
accurate.
yeah, there was a lot of blood.
It was.
But you then did a very good job welding, so we could escape.
Yeah.
Since you have a robot, you have a cat, right?
And
Me.
And Denise has a robot. And then so I get a special thing. So I have basically it's a mech suit. So it's basically Java in a mech suit.
I honestly have been picturing the whole time just the Big Daddy suit.
Yeah.
like a Jawa inside the faceplate. Yeah, that's my mental image of you as you were doing that epic spacewalk at the
That's
end of
pretty
last
great.
session. You all hopped in the ship, and that is where we left off. So we'll pick up there,
Okay.
and we will fold you in shortly. I guess unless things go
Yep.
drastically wrong.
As a quick recap, we have Eric here playing Pesky the Jawa.
Yes.
I am playing Foxy the Night Sister.
I am playing Kyla the Pantoran.
Something like that. The blue.
He has not been disclosed yet as to who he's
We'll find out
playing.
soon.
Yeah, the mystery.
And just here is our lovely Galaxy Mistress.
Hi.
Yes, yeah.
I always forget that. Oh my goodness. So are we ready to dive
think so.
in? Let's dive in. So you all made it into your ship at the end of last session, and you were ready to make your way towards Ryloth. Do you want to do an astrogation check for us, whoever is piloting, to set us up on our hyperspace route to
I
Ryloth?
have 2 greens.
I got 2 green.
Mine's pretty.
Mine's 2 green.
Let me go back to the thing. Navigating is hard.
Very top one. You got 2 greens on that sheet over there.
Yes, it looks like you got a yellow and 2 greens.
Oh, you should.
So I am slightly better.
Slightly is a lot.
So you might be hanging out in the cockpit because I forget. I think aren't you set up to be the pilot?
Mhm.
Yeah. So you are probably going to be the one assisting.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make
Yeah,
that
that makes sense.
investigation check.
I'm Chewbacca.
The difficulty will be easy, which is 1 purple.
A purple,
You can even rip arms off in that.
and then so yeah,
Okay.
purple, 2 greens, and yellow.
Yep.
Okay.
Right.
I've got 3
Oh,
explosions.
yeah, that's perfect. 3 successes. Pesky, you will maybe have been to Ryloth before, which might be how you met your contact in the first place. But you sit down at the computer, quickly plug in the coordinates, and pretty much, I'll let you say, but you can let Fox know that they may punch it when available.
Oh. You can make the ship make the noise. Hey, they punch it. You're supposed to punch it, not chewy. Punch it, Fox.
That's my hyperspace.
Make
You
the
have to
noise.
do this. You go like put your right foot out like you're punching your gas pedal down. Push those forward like you're double Superman. Oh,
Or maybe it's gonna look like a pod racer.
So you all go into hyperspace at Fox's controls. It's not a terribly long trip. You've had longer hyperspace times than this one, but there's that beautiful hum of the ship as you're making your way through various portions of space. But eventually, the little alert goes off, and you do find yourself over a beautiful yet dry-looking globe that you know to be Ryloth. It does look like there are several sandstorms taking place. Just even from up here, you can kind of see it. The planet itself is very arid and dusty. There are portions of it that are very rocky. But your goal is to reach a colony that is in a very remote portion of the planet. So I am going to have you make a piloting check to make your way through the atmosphere, ease in. So Fox, go ahead and find your piloting space.
planetary
skill.
space. Okay. One
Yeah.
yellow, one green.
And this will be easy. Been here before, but I'm going to say 1 setback die for the ongoing
What do you need?
sandstorm. So one of the little black dice.
I need my dice back.
Maybe those were my dice.
So is it
Yeah, you got it.
purple, green, yellow, black?
Yes. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, right.
Ooh.
Very aggressive.
Roll.
No,
I think it was that yellow.
Yep.
no.
No, that's great. That's great. So we have one floating threat there. I'm going to say that the bad thing is that the ship is intaking a little bit more sand than you would really
The
like.
dust storms are
Yeah.
I
So
hate the sand.
we will say that Bonnie.
itchy scores.
Oh my god.
It's everywhere.
Oh my gosh. So we're going to say that Bonnie is actually going to take system strain as you all enter the atmosphere. No. There we go. I was like, it won't work. So a little bit of strain. You can hear it kind of getting in and gumming things up. Not that there's not air filters on the ship, but you're just like, man, this is gonna be problematic later. But you managed to bring the ship in. You see sort of the spot that's outside this very remote colony. It's a decent distance from the core of Imperial Presence, which is in the Governor's Palace. But
Gonna be very
thanks to the storm, it seems like they probably haven't noticed you. You don't see anything pinging on your ship comms or anything like that. But yeah, as you come in and land the ship in the distance, you can actually see a couple of individuals making their way out to you in the at the edges of this sandstorm. So the storm is not over the colony, but it is close enough to be kicking up dust. It's hard for you to tell who these individuals are from here.
Do we know who our contacts are that we're supposed to meet in Ryloth?
You have a name, which I don't know if we're changing the name or if you have a argument to hold that.
I think we're not supposed to pay attention to this part.
You're going with it? Okay. So you do know that your contact is Elkaris, and you are supposed to meet them, help get supplies over to the colony. So you can assume one of them is possibly this person who isn't expecting you. You're not sure about the other figure, so if you all want to give me like a little perception check, I'm going to say that this is also easy. So 1 purple, and then again 1 setback die for distance / environment. Fox, you might have outdoorsman at this point, which might remove that setback for you. I forget. Pop over here and look at your talents.
And what was you said? The black die?
You said a black, a purple, and then
And then your perception.
Okay.
Remove black squares from rank of outdoorsman.
Yeah. So it does say movement, but what the heck? We'll apply it. Fox, when you roll, go ahead and don't count the setback die on this one.
Okay, so just 3 greens and my purple.
Yeah. That'll be
I
annoying.
think that's good.
So Pesky, you do succeed. Your threats get canceled. You have a failure advantage. So you can't really tell who the little person is this distance, but they look little. You have the advantage.
I think I have good things. I don't remember. I
no,
don't
you
think
do.
Yeah, it's all good things.
It's all-
You have 3 success and advantage as well. So for Pesky and Fox, as you look at these 2 individuals kind of approaching the ship in the distance, you sort of recognize what you expect to be the more like adult-sized like shape of the contact that you intend to meet. The other person is pretty short, and despite the distance and the storm and everything, you both think that this must be like a child from the colony, just from the way they're sort of like skipping along behind this individual, just a little too chipper, yeah, a little too handy in the storm.
Too happy to be in space.
What are you all doing?
Okay, well, first, since she didn't see it, we're going to tell her. Hey, I think there's a kid with her contacts.
Kid?
Yeah, I think it's a kid.
Kid. Okay.
A kid. Yeah.
Maybe we
I
can
don't know
do
what
some
that means
magic for her.
you know.
From within the hold of the ship, you sort of hear like a noise from the like kind of weird, creepy animals that were in there.
So,
We should not let the child hear them.
right. So all the animals are in cages. And,
They are.
They aren't letting them out because we don't know what they are.
okay. Right. Right.
Well, they look like things, but they don't look like normal things.
Right.
Yeah.
They're like Cujo animals.
Yeah. Something's up. You're not sure what.
Well, I guess we.
Have we landed?
Yeah,
We're walking to the colony. That's where we see the people.
Okay. Picturing us like hovering over the ship, like looking. I guess the part where we landed.
This might be the ship. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Thanks for playing. I'm gonna set you on fire. I spent all my money on a flamethrower.
Hey, it's a cool
Yes,
word.
you-
It was a cool
everything.
flamethrower. Okay, I'm going
Only one was
to
stuff.
grab my flamethrower because I assume I don't fly with it attached to me, but I want it
Yeah.
just in case.
Yeah.
We probably should not go into guns a-blazing.
I don't
Maybe
plan to
you've got-
fire. I just want it with
I
me.
mean, you got a.
Code or something.
Or-
With me.
You're gonna play Enforcer today? Okay.
I'm scared.
Okay. Well, I guess let's approach. Hello, sir.
All right. Doors open.
Yeah, doors open.
Fans immediately start sort of blowing
Oh.
in.
Oh my
Pesky
God.
feels right- Pesky feels right at home. Pesky happy.
Just shielding myself from the sand.
Do you want to describe your character as you enter the airlock portion of the ship?
Yeah. So I'm a Twilight. I'm not entirely sure. There's no male or female
It's up to you.
portion. So we'll say he's a guy. Name is Elkaris. I'm reading that correctly.
Yep.
And yeah, you don't know too much about me.
What are you wearing?
What color are you?
Green.
Do you have any decorations on your
No.
Okay. What are you wearing?
Just a jacket and some stuff to not get sand in my face.
Just a jacket? Are you a peeper? Or are you a black?
Just a jacket.
Maybe in Spain, maybe in
Just
Spain,
takes around to make me look safe.
it's like coffee is cough. You know, flashers are peepers.
As you enter into the airlock, Elkaris, your little visitor who has just been hounding you pops in as well. Very loudly, they step onto the ship immediately, like, "Wow! Did this thing come from space?" As they sort of like begin looking around, and much to everyone's dismay, immediately begins like heading into like the hold portion of the ship, looking at all the things.
Keep the kid away from the animals.
Come look at my cool space suit.
Just for giggles, give me charm or leadership, whichever happens to be better for you. I'm gonna say
Oh my god.
I love it.
Leadership is 1. Charm is 1.
Oh no.
It's just a job.
I'm actually gonna flip a destiny point, so instead of a purple, please roll a red, and we'll see how soon you can distract this kid from the very interesting.
Can I interject and so kid, and this Jawa here, he knows all about pod racing and racers. Do you know what that is? You can ask him all kinds of pod racing questions.
This is assisted thing. What is your leadership skill?
I have 2 yellows and 3 greens and a
you're much
black.
better.
So go ahead and add the 2 yellows and 2 more greens.
Much more.
Okay, roll that.
Yeah, Pesky's gonna be like,
Me in the dream.
you like it? Yes. You like other things that are not animals. Yes.
I feel like you'd be
Who's
like,
that
there's no animals in there.
Yes. No,
Nice.
I mean no animal.
See, you have science too. I don't know what would be super cool in this moment, but if you want to describe like something neat for it.
It might be super cool
So
if his
Pesky,
kid decided he suddenly had something to run back into town for.
so Pesky has a large pile of stuff, as Jawas do.
As they do.
And, Pesky's got all this cool new stuff that he just got from the space station. He's got all the books and stuff. Books aren't that interesting. But I've got a big pile of random science stuff. Pesky hasn't even gone through it yet. There's like Bunsen burners and little jars and glass vials. And then I've got piles of just stuff, like machine parts and wires sticking out, maybe a droid arm or something flopping around in the pile.
You don't need to have this kid like.
They look.
I mean, the kid's not going to get tetanus.
They look super excited. So
It's neat, shiny stuff. And there's so much of it. And I feel like Pesky and this child can be friends and bond over just how neat shiny crap is.
Probably.
So they are enamored. They sort of like pull their scarf down from over the top of their head. They're like, "Elizabeth Rock, baby,"
Cool.
and they say, "Our colony doesn't really have like a great school because we're so far out. This is awesome. Can we blow stuff up?" And immediately joins you to like check out your pile of
Nice.
stuff.
Yeah. Big pile of stuff.
But yeah, so they are currently distracted. I assume y'all are going to close the doors, keep that dust from getting in.
Yes. Yes.
Floor's open.
So have you met anybody sleazy lately?
We ran into some pretty sleazy people when we were picking up the shipments for you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Sleazy.
Real sleazy guy.
Oh okay. All right.
We're trying to confirm that you're our contact between sleazy and.
Do I know about
So Mars is your contact. Sleazy
Okay.
was just helping
Oh.
you with details
Mm,
on
okay.
Quentin.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That being said,
Do I know?
you are remotely aware of Sleazy because they unfortunately have caused problems for you.
Yes, I'm not.
Okay.
I see they're not here, so.
We didn't have anything to do with that.
Oh, okay.
He didn't fall out of an airlock or anything, unfortunately.
We don't know where he's at. He's off doing his own thing.
I was gonna say that sounded so threatening. The jaw just casually.
Right. Goes back to Roman.
Did you guys receive the shipment?
Yes, we have
Yes,
supplies for you.
we have crates of medicine and supplies, and we hope that we're not too late for what's rampaging through your town. I don't even know what the season is that's rampaging.
We
Never be too
Interesting. It seems to be viral, and nothing seems to have like lessened the effects of it. For the most part, people in the colony are lethargic, despondent. They don't seem to react with the same level of like clarity that they would normally if they were fully healthy.
Okay.
At the time, it's not something where they are like sneezing, coughing. It's very unusual. Definitely affecting the behavior.
Okay.
It's just kind of sluggish, so.
Yeah.
And it's
Yes, we have some supplies.
I don't.
Do you want to go get them, or do you want me to get them?
What is our? I mean, just like out of that for a minute. What's our bundle look like? Like, do we need to be asking for assistance? Did we get away with a crate? Like,
You
what is
have
our-
so you have a couple of crates that you found. Now it was interesting. The crates were being kept in a secret, like hidden room on the station.
Yeah.
So you thought that was unusual,
Yeah.
but you managed to find them and get away with them.
I don't remember how much. Like,
and you
can
do-
we carry it ourselves?
Or-
Yeah, you do have a cart that you brought
Okay.
the animals,
The animals,
in on,
okay.
and if I remember right, Fox, I think you narrated that you had like moved the animals
Yeah,
off
we moved the
cart
animals
so they
into like
wouldn't.
a holding area.
Yeah. So you have a cart at your disposal,
Okay.
but it is a long trek to the colony.
We should probably load up on the
Yeah.
cart.
Okay. So we'll load all the crates onto the cart. We do have a cart. If the track or a way into the colony is good enough to push a cart through, then I think we're good.
a little messy outside, but
Yeah.
I assume that we can make it.
What about worries about? Do you guys have bandits around? Are there pirates we need to worry about? What's our threat level on the way back to the colony?
Or is everybody just sluggish?
Yeah.
In general,
Everyone's just kind of sluggish. It's not too.
not hopping.
It's not hostile.
Okay.
Quite.
Okay.
Quite.
Everyone
To what this is.
Okay.
Are the crates like obvious as to what it is?
Yeah, they're like stark white crates.
So they look very sterile.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Let's cover it with a blanket or some sort of
Yeah.
sheet or something, so it was less noticeable.
Yeah. Maybe
Okay.
it just looks like regular cargo. Like,
Yes.
Yeah. Not
And
special
you
supplies.
are free to insert like any sort of like factoids about town that you feel like would be relevant based on things they ask.
Okay.
Because you live here.
Okay.
There's a lot of freedom in this. I know it's Star Wars, but like the canon that exists in this game is what you all come up with.
Okay.
So,
Not incredibly hostile. We just don't want to make it obvious.
Sure. Okay. Do you guys have a hub that we're going to? You have a
Well, we can
make it less obvious.
we can stack some random crap on top.
yeah. Pesky, why don't you get some of your wires and things and pile it on? Just
Why don't you
camouflage
have
it
a little?
Hey,
Yeah.
random
a
kid.
bit.
Kinda check
Hey,
that
random
first.
kid.
Check the cases.
like since Pesky's involved in the conversation now, so the kid goes by Ari. Tends to shadow you a lot, which you find problematic for reasons. But also they're like young and just kind of annoying. And like, you all discovered there's not really a school situation. So if Ari's not distracted by friends or anything like that, they tend to be pestering you.
Okay.
And so Pesky, when you are offering your help, Ari immediately like chimes in. Oh, I'm good at helping. I'm good at I help Eltars all the time.
It's very helpful.
So I would like to add, before you inspect everything, we did have to get into one of the crates to heal our Jawa.
Yeah.
As we were trying to escape, or else we would have never made it here.
I slipped and fell.
And bled a lot.
Yeah, slipped and fell. Yes.
May have also taken a grenade to the face.
So
Slipped and fell
what was used?
in
It
the
was
vicinity of a grenade.
one.
It was a stim pack.
One stim. Yeah.
Your main concern will be the actual antiviral.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, so there's a stem pack. And we can compensate you if it really
We can work that.
Okay.
We'll work that.
comes down to it. We can
Yes, we can include.
hire it.
Well,
I want to make sure they're taken care of. They need
Wait,
the
we're gonna help these people. But also, if they got mad about it, I have a flamethrower in you know.
there you go.
Ari's
Kathy
like,
thinks, hey, good time to sell some stuff. Here's here's
Oh,
an arm. Here's a computer. Here's the wire. What other stuff? Cool stuff. Thousands.
all your papers. Yeah, but Ari's like popping it open so you can so even though those crates are probably his size, like trying to turn them to face
Show
you.
me.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Thank you, Ari. That's good enough.
He's such a helper, though. Don't you want to let him inspect every single one?
And as you sort of lean forward to look at it, right as soon as she says that, he kind of like slams the lid down and is like, see, I'm helpful.
Yeah.
Very helpful.
Helpful. Very, very helpful.
See how helpful he is, guys?
Yes,
Very much.
just so helpful.
Yeah.
So
I can make
I
one of our own.
hand Ari some random crap
Don't
to
like
carry
children?
to occupy the kid's arm.
You're
So,
fine.
there we go. Kid is occupied. There you go. I don't even know what this is. Here you go.
Immediately begins fiddling.
Right. It's got things that move. It's fun.
He is very chatty.
He is, and he's. We have decided my character doesn't care for children very much.
Mooney's baby sized. Oh my goodness.
Only Louie.
Louie's probably hissing at this kid.
Louie's probably. Maybe that's why I'm so annoyed. Maybe it's Louie that hates kids, and she just like.
We gotta
puts it
remember,
in my brain.
and we gotta remember
We're
to
bonded.
use Louie.
Okay, so I've got Louie up on my shoulder. She's coming into the colony with us.
I'm gonna have Tenny's gonna come and roll along in case we need some extra.
Okay.
Tenny's my droid.
I assumed when I saw him jump on your chain.
Yeah.
He's
Probably the next suit.
Yeah, the Mexican
No,
stay on the
Mexican.
ship. Yeah.
So do we have is there a
We're
hub
trying
that
to
we're
do-
going to? Do you guys have any kind of a hospital or place to store these?
Kind of.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Kind
Yeah,
of.
it's
Okay,
What?
that's fine.
like I already said, this is a colony. It's not really established. It's just sort of a gathering of people.
Sure.
And
Okay.
The environment has drastically changed recently. So
All right.
it's just a short walk away.
Do we need to have like mask on or something? Do like
Maybe
protect?
just throw any coverings on for
Yeah,
death
you
so
could
they don't get
put
wounded. Or...
scarves on and stuff
Let's
like
go.
that.
Okay.
I will say the environment is quite dry and arid here. So if we're outside dealing with environment type stuff, assume a setback die. I think your outdoorsman would help with that.
Mhm.
But also you have a species talent at the top of your character sheet. You are unaffected by that. Pantorans are unaffected by cold, but
Yeah,
so
My-
this is very opposite of what I'm used to.
I
Is
think-
yours for being a Jawa? Do you have any?
I don't think so.
I don't think
Species
they
thing?
did.
Yeah, I think
Jawa
Jawas.
doesn't have any kind of sand like endurance or anything?
I mean,
That's
he's
what you
got-
get for being a pesky
He's going to be
Jawa.
dressed in like Jawa robes. and
Yeah,
stuff.
you're going to
He's
be
gonna
covered.
have
That's true because you're just their
robe
clothes
and
are.
the scarf and everything. And
Yeah.
It's already protected.
Yeah. He's used to the heat. He likes-
All right,
It's like going
Okay.
back home.
lead the way, good sir.
So we'll start walking.
All right, so you start pushing the cart and everything outside. The storm is picking up a bit, so it might be a bit complex to leave until after it passes.
Sure.
So it looks like you'll probably spend a little bit of time here in the colony.
Okay.
There are places that can accommodate you to stay, so that way you don't have to try and go back in the storm in the middle of the night. But it's a decent walk. The colony itself is located a little bit more at the mouth of a canyon, just to give it a little bit of protection from desert storms that come through. But it's a couple clicks away. So I will have everyone just roll a resilience check. to see how well they fare over time as you all make your way to the colony.
Okay, that was
Let's see. Resilience. If it's dark, it's downside, it's a green. So the difficulty of this is going to be, it's relatively flat, so I'll say that it's easy. So the difficulty will be 1 purple, and then 1 setback unless you have a talent like you do to remove that.
So just my purple.
You don't have the setback because you have you're a desert dweller, I believe.
Does my scanner goggles help me out at all?
It helps you with vision, but this
That's
is more like being
okay.
buffeted by
I did a
the
purple and a
sand
black.
and heat. Yeah.
Black and green.
No black for you, just purple. So purple represents the
You can all
difficulty
first,
over time of this trek.
Oh, okay. I think that's fine.
Yeah.
The little triangle thing, that's
So it's failure, but it gets canceled out by your
Oh,
success.
okay.
So you have 1 success and 1 threat. So Pesky, I will say that you didn't really want to walk this far. So I'll say you take 1 strain just from the sheer distance. You're pretty used to the heat, obviously.
right. But I've been in a spaceship for a long time. You know?
So you have so there's no success.
Yeah.
So when you have a 0, it doesn't mean you succeed on the check, but in this particular situation, it's more like I said, like how you fare over time. You do have a threat, so you will also take a strain, but I'm going to say that you're additionally going to take a wound just from buffeting from the storms, the heat. Maybe you don't have as much water as you would like. It's just a little bit of exhaustion. Okay. Same for you. Unfortunately, you also ended up with a threat, so we will say 1 strain and 1 wound as you struggle through this storm. You're really used to cold environments, Kyla, so this planet's not as hospitable.
I don't like it. I don't like the sand.
I hate sand. It's cool. Sneak everywhere. How about Fox? Oh no!
We're just not doing well here.
Talking about the desert.
So you have 1 failure and thankfully no threat. So Fox, you're gonna take a wound as well, just from it's high winds and the sand's hitting you pretty hard. It's really unpleasant. Oh, I should roll for the kid. Not gonna be.
Do we need a roll for?
Our wounds carried over from last time, right? Like they're not.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Okay.
We did do some medicine checks, but they were only so.
Story of our lives.
This kid, I need to make a note for myself.
Do I need to check for my droid?
Yes, if it's roaming on its own,
Yeah,
yes.
it is.
My assumption is
What
that
about
Lumi is
Lumi's
tucked
on
into
me?
your
Yeah.
coat. Yeah.
So
Like a baby.
it doesn't have a
If it's not shown,
resilience.
if it's not shown, then it's just whatever the characteristic that is that's tied to resilience, which I believe is brawn. So you would roll 1 green dice, 1 purple, and 1 setback.
Oh my god!
Are we having like the cursed night?
Oh my god!
The cursed night.
Oh!
Oh boy, I hope this is not like things to come, right? So,
the makers.
the sand is just getting in. You can actually hear Tinny's like so sand's getting in between like the body and the head joint, and you can just hear that grating, cracky sound.
I'm so sorry.
And you can even tell some of the paint is sort of like suffering from this. But Tinny keeps on trekking. So also again, one wound, and I think it had a leftover. Yeah, 1 wound and 1 strain. Ari is visibly winded. He's pushing on this cart. Granted, I'm assuming an adult really doing the hard work. But
We are pushing.
this kid is behind it and just like putting in so much effort. He's an NPC child. He does not have a wound threshold as good as him. And he looks like he's on the edge of collapse. But you're getting pretty close to town. Looking through the storm, you can see the dark shape of the canyon start to form up. You can see
I'll give you a nice
a little
10
a little bit rough and ready buildings begin to form out of the sand clouds.
Okay.
But you see what has been your temporary home.
I'm gonna pick up Ari and put him on my shoulders.
I want to take Tenny and put him on the cart.
Just let him know.
Yeah.
Put Tenny underneath the cover.
I'm gonna
And
help
just
you
help me
put Tenny on
Yeah.
the cart because Tenny needs.
Yeah. Yep.
That's pretty sweet. So since you are helping out an NPC, I am gonna flip one of my points over to the light side.
Oh,
Yay!
peasants just have
As-
a grand
I'm
old.
glad you're carrying him because I was about to put him on the cart. And I was gonna push him.
So narratively, I'm saying that Hope is entering in, right?
Okay.
This child is part of the colony. You all are bringing supplies. You have ushered this change in for them. So I am deeming that the light side is growing stronger.
Right, and Eric Green.
But yeah, so you have Ari up on your shoulders. Do you tell them anything before you enter town? The floor is open for y'all.
I'm gonna say don't. I'm pretty sure you guys are already aware, but don't say how you got the supplies or where they came from or that you even know they're here.
What supplies?
Exactly.
I know what you're talking
We're
about. We're
only-
just an old friend.
You're merely passing by.
We are honest, spacefaring merchants.
You don't talk. We're just here to. We're here
But
to
look,
steal
look at my
friends.
wares. I'm here to trade some stuff. Anybody need this sweet astromech dome? It works probably.
You are just like, I need it.
I mean,
No. We're just here for.
Just tell people you stop to refuel. And
Refuel.
storm back pretty away.
Yeah, I don't like that. You responded on that
You're
one.
here to refuel, and it's too crazy for you to right.
Okay.
All right. So as you all approach town, between the fact that it's getting a little bit later in the day, it's in Sahara mode. So as it's getting later in the day, it's just flashing lights because it's deserty. I don't know. They're new.
I'm still learning. I thought it was cool.
Yay! I'm glad because I don't know. I find it immersive. But as you all make your way into town, it's getting a little bit darker, especially with the storm. It's getting darker earlier. Chip is so loud. I do apologize. You probably see his
poor
little
baby.
mouth under the door. Town, it's getting pretty dark. The storm is honestly the main cause. Like, it would be closer to sunset, but because we have these like roiling sand clouds coming in, it's just blocking out the light. But it makes things a little bit more creepy, especially for you all as outsiders coming into this space. There are folks that are sort of just leaning against columns, like on their porches. They're not like really looking at anything. One of them just like, as you're going by, one of them twitches strangely. Like, it is a really weird air. Very
Spooky, Kyla.
Yeah. Why are you not acting like these guys?
I haven't been affected by anything.
Are there many other people in town that haven't been?
Yes and no. It seems like it's progressively getting worse, but it's not affected everyone quite yet. Obviously, me and Ari are fine.
Is it
But
affecting a certain demographic more than others?
not that I can
Or
tell.
contagious in a way that you found? Like,
Does it affect Javas?
All you do is think about yourself.
Elcars, go ahead and give me a
Java
knowledge
doesn't want to
check.
be thick.
You have 3 greens on this. I'm going to say that because you're in town, we're just doing like a simple skill check, just to see what you've picked up over time. Oh no, oh, there it is. I was like, did I cut it off?
Oh, knowledge.
So 3 greens, I'm going to say a simple check, which means no purples on this. This is just to sort of like make up how much you have learned
Do I
in
need
your
black?
time here. Nope, totally.
3 greens?
Yep. And we'll see how it goes. Wow, very nice. 4 success and 2 advantage. So you notice that the colonists who are generally affected are the ones that have been traveling more like to like the main cities. closer to, especially folks who might be going into work near like the governor's palace. You have 2 advantage on that. Is there any extra like info you think would be cool?
Not that I can think of off the top of my head.
Okay.
At least nothing that I feel can add flair outside of just like it seems like it's being brought back into the to the colony from the main.
What about a time frame? How long does it take when they come back before people start getting sick?
Seems like they leave one day and come back the same like this.
How about for your advantage then? We could add to your story that maybe the colonists who become affected if they have like a specific shift that brings them near the governor's palace.
Okay.
A
night shift.
You just feel like that's definitely more like the
Okay.
Usually when the night shift comes back after. Like
And they're at the governor's palace.
Or
not
close to it
necessarily
anyway.
the governor's palace, but
In that area,
around
though.
the area.
What about like you don't seem to be taking precautions, so is it not? Are you not noticing people getting sick like by being close to them? Is it people that are going away and coming back sick and that's it?
Doesn't seem like it's
Do
contagious
you work?
Yeah.
outside of like just contact.
Right.
It's more about being in a certain place.
So
Environmental
Environmental.
person to person, it's an environment causing this.
Do you work near the palace?
Oh, yeah. It sounds like you might never go work near the
No.
palace.
There's a reason why I'm getting this for these people.
Oh. You're also a honest merchant of.
Are people dying from this? Like, have you noticed? Are people dying, or are they getting worse, or is it just like more?
That's fair. Are they slipping into like comas?
Yeah.
So you know that eventually some people disappear, and just for giggles to like see what else you might have picked up. Why don't you go ahead and give me let's do a skullduggery check. So you have 2 yellows and 2 greens on skullduggery. And I'm going to say that the difficulty of this is 2 purples. We'll see what extra info you leave. Oh, you do have them. I didn't see them in there. I'm a slow kid. Ooh, okay. So it's really good.
It's like rolling bones.
Okay, so these cancel, those cancel, but a triumph is a success and a triumph, and you have a success. So let me know a cool thing on the triumph, but like baseline, for the folks who like hit what you would consider like peak lethargy, you have seen people come in the night and take them away occasionally.
Okay.
You do have a triumph, which is like an epic boon. What would be super cool?
So I have seen after they are sort of this way for a period of time that like a crew comes in and sort of like takes them back to the town, city.
It would technically be more of like a city over by the governor's house.
So they take them back to the city. I did try and follow them once to see where they were taking them, but I couldn't get past a certain like a perimeter of the palace itself.
Oh, because they have like
So it
security
seems
perimeters around the
like they were
palace.
going that way.
So you've seen them
But
specific, like directly taken.
someone came and took someone. Yes.
Did you see them go
Other
into
people, other people have gone also, but I haven't physically seen that.
Did you see them like actually go into the palace, or just
Not
into that
specific- not
security?
specific.
You got a triumph on there.
Yeah.
Go! You
So-
see them go in.
Okay. Yes. Yes. There's let's be creative here. There is a secret passage that is not well known to the public that leads to the palace that isn't directly in front of the palace.
Oh,
So it's sort of like off the side of the palace, but it sort of goes underground. From what I can tell, it goes underground.
secret
It
land.
goes into the palace, but I've yet to actually get in there myself.
And
Is it
But they have. I saw them go into that door.
And to yes and this, I'll say that you are interested in a particular individual, an Imperial officer who goes by the name of Rarik.
Rawr.
It's up to you if you want to share that or not.
I think that'd be very easy for you to remember.
Yes.
Rawr.
Is there a reason? Do I? I mean, I guess I probably don't know. You guys added into this part of the story that I'm not talking about.
Yeah.
So
But you do have keen interest in this individual. Yeah.
So there is one person that I did think I recognized, which is an Imperial officer.
Do you know his name?
Yes.
Sensing some hostility here. I'm a little bit like, do we keep asking questions and making him mad? Or like, do you want some help pushing this guy off a bridge or what? I know some people.
Push him out of an airlock.
I
Not
don't
that we've ever done
quite
it.
know what I want to do or be done. But this person does have my interest. And if you're willing to help provide assistance, we can go into further detail
Okay.
to lead into that.
First, let's
I'm not-
bring getting the medicine
Yeah.
to the townspeople. But yeah, I want to talk more about this.
In the meantime, Pesky, can you give me a knowledge check, pretty please?
Sorry, turn haptics off.
Oh, it's fine.
Oh, my phone died.
I keep thinking it was me.
Yeah.
Give me. So I am going to say education, and I'm going to say that it is average. So two
education.
purples, and it looks like you have 1 yellow and 2 green for it.
Okay, and then there's a black.
So that has a
So-
minus on it. You would remove it if I had applied one, but for this particular situation, I'm not applying one.
Okay, so you said 2 purples.
Yes, 2 purples.
Okay. Pesky's very clever.
Very
Pesky
clever
knows
dog.
a lot of things. Oh,
All right.
let's see.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Did he have a failure?
So he has a failure and a success, so they cancel, and then an advantage and a threat, so they cancel.
Oh.
Pesky, for some reason, when Alcaris mentions like an Imperial officer, and you've been thinking about this weird virus, and you're bringing the supplies, you're like, this feels familiar, and then you just let the thought go.
Oh. That's.
You just can't put your finger on it.
I'm too busy making sure the kid does not pocket any of my stuff.
Ari is like
Just
devastated right now. I mean,
Yeah.
the kid's not doing great. I'll be honest. So he took the wound and strain NPC. So like, since
Okay.
he's like a little NPC, he doesn't actually have the strain threshold. So he's if you put him in combat, he couldn't do squat. He would be considered incapacitated.
Oh,
Yeah,
he's very tired.
so
He's
napping,
asleep. He's asleep across.
fully dazed.
What is
Like
All kinds.
Alcaris.
Just like a kid
Just
dead
a
hanging
sleep
over
on his
the
shoulder.
counter.
Yeah.
and he's like the annoying kind of kid. So probably actively drooling onto your head.
I'm assuming.
Is he like short round from
From Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones? Yeah. Yeah.
Short might be better.
The Jones too, lady.
Oh my goodness. Traditionally at this time of night, if Ari's not home, his parents would normally stop by your place and like pick him up. But you all kind of stopped with this car out in front of your place, and no one's been here. It feels a little late.
Okay. I'll let you guys inside. And then I'm gonna take Ari to his house.
You want us to go ahead and start unloading the crate at your house?
Yeah, just put them in the back room to the right.
Sure.
All right.
I do think, just to let you know, I think because of the way these are being stored, you probably don't want to leave them out anywhere warm. So you want to keep them kind of in a dark, coolish
Yeah.
place until it can be administered.
Then
back corner.
Use the.
You got destiny points.
Yeah.
You could say you have air conditioning,
I'll
like a
get-
good
I'll just
conditioned
make-
I'll
basement.
just say, let me use one. And in the closet in that room, there's a door that goes down to a room. It's a lot cooler down there.
It's a space
It's about-
wine
It's about
cellar.
15 feet underneath down there. So
It's a blue milk cellar.
Sure.
All right.
it was kind of hard to see. So
So he's
I
taking
love
Ari, and we're.
We're unloading the.
I'm telling you guys to
Okay.
unload the
So we're gonna head in the house. I think that maybe Pesky should stay as a lookout at the top of the stairs because we don't
Pesky,
know anybody
yes.
here.
Okay.
Yes. Pesky will gladly.
Being
stay
pirates,
there.
lots of
If you don't
people would
mind,
like to
I'm
kill us.
gonna tackle their group first
Sure.
to narrate what's happening with them, and then we'll hit your character as they're taking Ari home. So if you all enter Elkaris's like homestead, it's not like lavishly decorated or anything. Definitely seems like a person who, hasn't lived here long or is definitely vibing like they're just passing through. Like normally you'd expect to see maybe some knickknacks from friends, little keepsakes or something like that. But there's nothing like that. There's nothing that feels personal in this place.
Should the theme lived in?
So
It does feel lived in.
I
Just
want
not,
to have
you know.
Penny do a scan
Okay.
first to see if there's anything in there.
Okay. So I'll lift up the covering, let Penny zip out of out from underneath the cart.
Yes, I want Penny to do a scan before we go into the room. I don't know if I necessarily trust him after things that I've heard him say. I want to be on guard. I want us to be safe. I don't want to be blown up in this house.
What was your skullduggery skill again? It was 2 yellows and 3 greens. Is that right?
I believe so. Yeah, 2 yellows. I think 2 yellows, 2 greens.
Oh, you got 3.
3.
So you probably would have had more success on the other
Oh,
thing
okay.
because you only rolled 2 on
I only
it.
rolled 2.
I don't know. So Denise Fortini, can you roll a computer's check as he begins performing the scan? And it will be versus Elkaris's skullduggery skill. Because that's sort of like the sleight of hand / hiding things away,
Okay.
/ getting into places you're not
So I need to
supposed to
roll
be. So actually, it will determine the difficulty of Tinny's dice
Oh, okay.
pool. So Elkaris had 2 yellows, so that would translate to 2 reds. You had 3 greens, so 3 purples. And I'm gonna say that Elkaris probably has some good equipment for reasons. I'm actually going to flip a destiny point, and we're going to change one of these purples into another red. I believe in Tinny.
Oh, Lordy. Come on, girl. You got this.
The reason I was okay with dots going.
You did a nice job.
Oh my.
Is it, like secretly covered in cameras?
Right.
Booby trap?
You know what though? Okay, so we have an advantage and a threat that cancels there. These cancel here. These are just threats. So Tinny actually succeeds. We've got 4 threat though. So Tinny begins scanning the entire place, scanning the living room, the sleeping quarters, the closet with the strange door down to the basement for who knows
We
what
don't know why it's
reason.
down there, but
Get blue milk.
As Tinny is scanning the sleeping quarters, there's it's a very small space, so there's like a pull out bed, but Tinny bops it up, scans the floor underneath, and under a rug there is a very fine line of a well hidden door, and as Tinny sort of like activates the latch on this trap door, just gets a little zap, and so Tinny will take 4 strain.
Oh my god. Poor Tinny.
As Tinny gets slightly electrocuted by this Dola trap. I might have had numbers still on it, so you might have to just like.
You marked that one earlier because he took
Yeah.
one string from the walkover.
So
He's down to 6.
Sorry. Tinny's just getting all beat up this mission.
Tinny needs a bath.
I'm just putting -4 down.
Oh, I thought that was.
It's all right.
I thought you-
As long as we know. Whenever they max out, that's when we know Tinny's like, I'm over this, I need to recharge. I'm like, goes to sleep.
Powers
pretty much.
out.
Yeah. So you all hear like the loud, like almost like fly zapper noise that this thing puts off. That smell of ozone suddenly permeates the entire space, and you hear that little wheel from Tinny as it gets zapped. But the door does pop open, and inside you see. Do you want to describe what's inside? Do you want to choose some items, or shall I throw some things out there and then you can add to it? Okay. You see what appears to be an Alliance rank badge. Pretty high up, not general, not 5 pips, but pretty dang close to it. And a long distance communication device. Interesting. Anything you want to throw in there? Be it cash weapons or
You find just like a rod. It's not metal, but it's not like plastic. It's like a material that isn't very common. It's just a rod, just probably about the size of a ruler, but cylindrical.
Right. Okay. Interesting. So now we got the Empire and Alliance that we're dealing with. Let's close it. So at least we know he's someone, or it could be somebody that he killed.
I mean,
Could be. He could have ordered something.
Yeah.
Get this stuff.
Let's put the medical supplies.
very accurate cosplay.
Supplies. We need.
We'll go ahead and start. We'll go ahead and unload the cart. I do want Pesky to stay at the top of the stairs for any surprises.
Yeah, as you all are unloading the supplies and like going through things and getting them out of the crates and setting them up, just getting them prepped to like be passed out. Why don't all of you give me? I'll take either perception or knowledge, education, or medicine, whichever happens to be better for your characters.
This is going to be my perception.
You said perception, knowledge and education.
Knowledge, education, or medicine, whichever's better for you. And the difficulty of this is going to be average, so 2 purples.
Look at those. One of these.
Is
One of those.
a yellow and a green better than 3 greens?
Yes.
Okay.
Is it?
Well, it's tough. Yellow has shot for triumph, which means like good things could, really good things could come of that. But like a whole other dice is always a bonus. That being said, you all do have destiny points, so you could go with 3 greens and make it 2 greens and a yellow. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
They are free for you to use.
Okay. Let's go and do that because we are getting close to our time and we haven't really used our stuff. So
Okay.
I'm gonna flip a destiny point and use 2 greens and a yellow.
All right.
That is for my medicine check.
Okay.
I'm doing perception because I got a lot.
Okay.
What are we rolling for?
You'll find out.
Oh,
We're
Oh,
really
wow.
surprises.
I don't like
Okay,
these.
so these do cancel, but you've got good stuff, all good stuff. Success to advantage. You've got 1 success to advantage. We'll see how Fox does, and then we'll narrate the scene. Oh,
Nice.
well,
Oh, that's
you didn't roll the 2 purple,
2 purples.
but
Yeah.
I forgot. I'm sorry.
that's all right. That's all right. I see a lot of advantage, so maybe they'll bump it. Dang.
Oh.
Okay.
Like,
That's all canceled out.
I think it just canceled everything out. Yeah.
You do have 1 advantage.
Okay. Something.
So I'm going to start with the success. So as you all are laying things out baseline, like you see like the antiviral and everything like that. But there's like at the bottom of the crates actually is like what appears to be like a false bottom, because when you take everything out,
it's not as deep as the crate.
right.
Okay.
on an advantage, at the very least, as you're looking at these antivirals, like they don't look normal. You made a medicine check, so you're sort of inspecting the medication while they're sort of inspecting the box, and it just is off. You can't quite put your finger on it. You haven't seen anything like this before. Pesky, I think you had some decent advantage, right?
Yeah, I've got.
You had 2 advantage, and you had at least 1, I think. So you've discovered the false bottom in the box. What would be cool on the advantage?
So the bottom of the box. So there's medicine. There's virals in it, but also there is what are the cool things would be in there?
Be cool if there was information about the medicine or the
Could be a secret
like notes,
notebook.
Ooh.
Maybe like a roster of everything that's inside the crate.
Yeah. So Pesky specifically, because you do have Pesky has 2 advantage, and you have something on your person that plays into this very well.
Oh.
Pesky, when you are looking at the bottoms of the box, you realize that there's like activation points for Imperial Code cylinders, and you happen to find one back at Quinn Station.
Right, I
You
do.
did?
I do. I have it buried in my backpack, so I pull it out of the backpack and like, hey, maybe these happen to go together. So stick it in the receptacle, and then all of a sudden it pops open and a little.
It pops open, and we'll get to what's inside shortly. I'm going to pop open because we're super close to the end of this. So just so we have a fun cliffhangers and full closure for the characters at this time, Elkaris, as you are walking Ari home, you get to Ari's house where normally both his parents would be back at this time. The porch is dark. The door is hanging open. Stepping inside, it's empty.
Nothing.
There's nothing
No
there.
belongings or no people.
All their belongings have been ripped through. And Ari sort of like shudders on your shoulders, kind of sits up a little bit, his hands on the top of your head, and where's Mom and Dad?
Oh.
When you say all their belongings were ripped through, do you mean taken or shredded?
Like,
Or searched for something.
Searched through. Okay.
yeah. Which I feel like that's probably might be an okay cliffhanger.
A lot going on. Possibly good guy, bad guy. I don't know. Merchant or alliance killer.
We'll find out.
Alliance friend. I mean,
I don't know. We don't know yet.
if he's cool with the annoying kid, he can't be all bad.
Couple things.
I mean, Hitler liked animals.
Oh, come
Oh
on.
my god.
Oh my god.
Hitler was a vegetarian.
Oh my
He
goodness.
didn't like smoking.
See?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 25 experience points for this session. You all tackled quite a bit. We have some good cliffhanger questions here. More to find out, hopefully, here with Elkaris. And what's going on in this strange town?
All right.
And for next session, we'll count your duty as triggered, so everyone's wound thresholds will be increased temporarily.
So,
Okay.
tune in next week for our next part of this adventure.
Yeah. Find out what happened to Ari's parents. Find out if Elkaris is a serial killer or not.
And what's in the box?
What's in the box?
Is it a recipe for a really good, maybe it's the Emperor's favorite soup?
I like
Or
Bantha turkey.
Ooh, Bantha turkey. Yeah.
Oh, it's poor Banthas. That doesn't sound like something the Emperor would like.
So yeah, from our galaxy to yours,
May the force be with you.
always. Thank you for listening to Sisterhood of the Traveling Bantha, written and produced by Denise McKay,
Edited and produced by Rexy Jupiter.
and with special brand marketing help by Bailey Hawkins.
Original logo design by Tyler Rigney.
And intro and outro music provided by Galactic Empire. And you can find us on all streaming platforms at Traveling Bantha and now on YouTube.
Don't forget, we also have a Discord where we have channels for all kinds of things. So remember to come join us there and sign up for our Patreon. You get exclusive merch, behind the scenes look, monthly Women of Star Wars episode, and more things as we're always adding them.
And special thank you to Jedi Knight members and higher, including Rooney, Michael Beavers, and James Peak.
And Mark Collier.
And from our galaxy to yours,
May the Force be with you.
always.